Hello there Gemini, welcome to my channel. I am the Soul Teacher and I'm here today to do your full moon in Pisces reading. So the full moon in Pisces is all about if you have, it's called the harvest moon, and if you have this nudge to follow your instincts, you need to stop and think about it for a second. Why do you want to do this? Where do you want to go? What would the consequence of your actions or your decisions be? All of these things, and it's really not what I thought it would be for a full moon, but according to the astrologers and according to the readings I've done so far, this is exactly what it's all about. Full moons are all about closing out of cycles, releasing things that's no longer serving you. And okay, you got two as well. I'm just going to keep it at that. So your overall energy, or the energy that is strongest around you during this time, wow, is Pluto. Okay, so Pluto is all about karma. It's all about, sorry, not karma. Why did I say that? Sorry. Pluto is about death and rebirth. It's the Scorpio energy. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. So Pluto brings out your deepest and darkest fears, and it shoves them in your face, but it also brings about your deepest desire. So Pluto energy is very strong. It's very, very intense. Pluto is almost like the Tower card for me. You have this overwhelming desire to have something or do something or whatever in your life, but you're so scared to do it. Now Pluto is the one that comes and says, are you going to do it, or are you going to jump, or am I going to push you? So that is the energy that is strongest around you. That's a 22. That's a master builder number, which is interesting because Pluto is about breaking stuff down, but it's also about rebuilding it with the right tools and the right material. Interesting. Your overall energy around here is, you cannot make this stuff up even if you try. Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. This is death and rebirth. This is exactly the energy that I just talked about, everything. And then we have, don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Wow. So, Gemini, this is going to be all about you trying to, or always have tried to dim your light. But this is Spirit telling you, or Luna telling you, nope, no more dimming lights. Are you going to jump, or am I going to push you? Wow. Okay, Gemini. So it's interesting how this now is going to fit into the energy of this full moon, but it's because the energy of this full moon, yes, harvest is about the fruits of your labor and all of that stuff, but the thing about this full moon in Pisces is all about when you feel so strongly in your gut about something and you feel like you want to follow your instincts and you want to follow your gut, you need to stop and think about it. And what Spirit is telling me right now is there's a difference between your instinct and your intuition. And I did not see that in any of the other readings. So, Gemini, this is about, instead of following your instinct, stop and rather follow your intuition. See, this is a total transformation because Gemini tends to rather go with the instinct instead of the intuition. Wow. Right, so Gemini, let's see, what cycle are you ending? And we have communication is key, new moon in Gemini. So maybe Gemini, what I'm getting from this is the final standoff between ego and higher self for you. This is the moment where you meld these two and say, what does my instinct tell me, and what does my intuition tell me, and what is the center of it, the balance of these two things? Oh, sorry, there's a train. Hold on a second. Sorry guys, the train can be really loud sometimes. Okay, so this is the place where you say, this is my instinct and this is my intuition. What is the best thing to do? But the thing about this is stop for a second. And I feel that the standoff between these two are now finally done. You can now finally meld these two together, which is great news. What do you still need to work on to finally release? And we have a time to give rather than take. I'd like to read this to you because I actually got this card in a reading for myself, and I really wanted, oh, and I opened it, look, I opened it right on it. So let's see what this says. It says, when this card comes up, it's time for you to take stock of your situation. Where are you and where do you want to go? The new moon energy of this card suggests a restart, and the Virgo energy suggests you make that restart a clever one that's simple and well organized. Restart, death and rebirth. See, transformation, don't dim to fit in. Communication, the communication between your higher self and your ego. If a situation is blocked at the moment, it could be that you're overanalyzing things or being too critical. It's time to ask less what someone else can do for you and to think more about what you can do for others. Virgo is the sign of health, service, and analysis. Its energy is precise and has a feel of the harvest about it. You see, harvest, the harvest moon, wow. When this card comes up, it could be that a wonderful bounty is coming your way. However, the energy of the new moon in Virgo is usually about getting your life in order. So that's what you need to do at the time of the Virgo new moon and whenever else you pull this card. So I just want to quickly see something. I am almost sure, no, I don't. I think it's Taurus, it's not Virgo. I just want to see where the next new moon is going to be, Gemini. Sorry. And now I won't find it. You see, it's always like that. Sorry. I really want to see where it's at. There we go. Oh, it's the new moon in Libra. Interesting. Okay. It's the new moon in Libra. So, Gemini, this is what you need to release. So you need to release that feeling of, okay, so we'll start again and we'll just do it the same way. You are going to change the way you do things. You're going to change the way you think about it. This is what you need to release. This is a restart. So instead of restarting it the way you've always been doing it, restart it this time with order in mind, not chaos. Because Gemini can be quite prone to chaos because of the mental energy. So ground this energy in the earth, in this realm, in the 3D realm, and see where you can go. Instead of creating chaos, stop and think about it for a second and try to create more order in your life. Are you still on the right path for your intended manifestation? And we have. Nothing will come of the situation. The only meaning that this card has is that whatever you're worried about is not going to happen, so stop worrying about it. So whatever you think about, is this actually going to manifest in reality? Is this going to become a reality? Is this ever going to become a reality? Stop worrying about it because you're putting negative energy in there. Yes, it's going to happen. Nothing that you are worried about is going to happen. Okay? So stop worrying about it. Your advice, emotions are running high. So understand that when things become different for Gemini, when Gemini does things in a different way, you do tend to get very emotional. But understand that when these emotions are running high, that you know what it's about and turn it into excitement rather than anxious energy. It's the same hormone that releases anxiety and excitement. So when you feel this anxiety, stop and transmute it into excitement, and then everything will just go better. Because once you start worrying about this stuff, because this is the emotions that it's talking about, once you start worrying about the stuff that might go wrong, you give it more energy, but it's not going to happen. See the full moon there and this super moon over here? So Gemini, communication is key. Talk to your intuition. Do according to your intuition instead of your instinct. Wow. Gemini, I hope this helped.